What really ticks me off is people just don't hold Nick accountable for his downright rotten actions. They just let him get away with things like I don't think he has filed his taxes since ever. He's 27 now, and the IRS actually Grubhubs him with Fields cookies on tax day, and Nick just rolls out of his house on his electric wheelchair, crushes the whole box that the government just left him to eat and enjoy, and he just locks one wheel in place and slowly spins in a circle for about 20 minutes until he passes out and pukes all over himself. Hello, someone was doing something nice for you, Nick, and this is how you treat them. Then his entire neighborhood of senile senior citizens see it happening out of their windows and call 911 as he's spinning all stiff and strict, while a giant pile of cookie crumbs gets bigger below him. So it ends up being this stinky, sour-smelling flock of 12 geriatrics swarming over to Nick in their godforsaken robes that haven't even put their wigs and or teeth in yet, coming to the rescue. He lives on a cul-de-sac too, at the very curve of it. So it's like all eyes are on little Lord Bald Freak Nick at all times, just how he likes it. All his neighbors still think Nick is a victim in life too. You see, Nick is very meticulous, and he thinks everything through like Robespierre did during the Franco-Prussian War of 1872 up for sales. When you think he doesn't know what he's doing, that's when you better run, brother. Get on a Segway and hop on the cobble lane of the freeway, brother, because you're more safe there than what Nick will do to you. Actual crows and pigeons show up too, just eating the government snacks left for Nick. Meanwhile, it's like a Werther's butterscotch tasting convention all around him. Nick doesn't even care that this type of stress is absolutely catastrophic for his old fat neighbors, because he knows he's written as the primary beneficiary in their wills, because he went over to their houses on Halloween 2021 dressed like Joe Biden, and he made sure they all did it as a government order. I'm telling you, Nick manipulates people, and he just doesn't stop. His poor neighbors with lifelines wrapped around their necks and liver spots on their foreheads on the brink of death from this scary situation at hand have no idea they're just falling victim to the Grandmaster Slick Scalp Rapscallion himself. Nick, Dennis the Menace, is a little bitch compared to Nick, brother. I hope one day they make movies about Nick to warn the public, because if there is ever another Nick, you can just say sayonara to life as you know it. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk just takes Nick with him to Mars and says toodles to Earth, because Nick will manipulate the solar system to work for him, and I would invest in that because Nick actually creates nests, like a giant bald bird, because he thinks that is where things start in life. He wrote a book on this actually, and it gave Stephen Hawking's son a stroke, and now poor Stevie Jr. is just like his father. Nick has an actual friggin' nest. Nick's whole room smells like chili cheese fritters, spit, sauerkraut and stale fots, because it's 27 years of fermenting laundry tightly knotted together, creating an actual nest of fot comments. Nick actually spun a spider web in his room too with his mesh undershirts, lol. He just crawls out of his wheelchair and climbs into his sweaty web, perches in the top corner and hisses at people that try to enter. He thinks here, though, this is where Nick snaps on his swimmer's cap, he's already bald, so like why, and closes his eyes, rips fots, and reaches epiphanies. All of Nick's unstoppable and stressful ideas brew up in this stinky dojo of disaster, manipulation, and egregious master planning.